r/Askreddit. What advice your parents gave you turned out to be complete bullshit. Computers will never catch on. Don't waste any more of your time on them. Wasted a decade doing random temping jobs before finally working with computers. Now they harass me all the time to fix their devices. People only pretend to be your friends to take advantage of you. Family is what matters. Don't waste too much time on the computer. Becomes full-time software developer. My mom always criticized little things I would do and say you're never going to get a boyfriend if you do it that way. Turns out that those little things were the reason my boyfriend asked me out. Good thing I'm stubborn and didn't listen to her. Clean plate club and you'll grow up to be strong and healthy. She forgot to mention fat. Thanks mom. You'll be empty and sad if you cut one of your parents out of your life. When I went away to college, I felt a gaping emptiness. That emptiness was family. And you'll feel it too. Wrong on all counts. Mom. And good riddance. Buy as much house as you can afford. Don't take that scholarship. It's only to help the poor, yes mum. But we're only borderline middle class and that scholarship would have meant I didn't have to work every weekend in uni. Drop out of college. You're too depressed to make it to graduation. Wrong. I made it. They're teasing you because they like you. Very wrong. They bullied me because I was small and didn't fight back. It stopped when I finally snapped and threw one of them down a flight of stairs. Edit. Thank you for the silver. Music can only be your hobby. You should get a real job. Started making money only with music since 17 yo. Never worked a day anywhere else and made a great career out of it. You can tell me. It's okay, I won't get angry. My mom once told me that men never had to apologize and that saying sorry was the woman's job. I knew instantly how bullshit it was and it made me wonder what kind of fucking Stockholm syndrome my father gave my mom. Don't play a brass instrument because it's for boys. Don't display your intelligence because boys find that intimidating. Anything about dating a girls. Although I always knew it was bullshit. My dad hates women, along with people of color, but that's another story, and my mom thinks all women are stupid, weak, and materialistic. I was getting my girlfriend a whiteboard because she liked to doodle and it would be a cute gift. My parents flipped shit, telling me that was the dumbest gift ever and that she would break up with me. So I got her a candle instead. She would later tell me a whiteboard was a fine gift and I later got her one that we both enjoyed. We dated for 5 years and my mom kept hammering into me that my GF was gonna cheat on me all because I haven't bought her jewelry yet. From then on, I kept my dating life private from my pathetic family. Anything about how to handle a bully. I should have taken a baseball bat to that asshole's face. My dad, a teamster, warned me not to use my GI Bill on college. Instead, I should go out and get a good union job where I'll have a pension. Otherwise, any job I ever have, they could just fire me for no reason. Thankfully, I ignored him and got my bachelor's in electrical engineering. I've been working steadily now for about 20 years and have a very large amount saved for retirement. My dad told me that you had to drink water and couldn't drink anything else like soda or Kool-Aid or whatever because your body wouldn't recognize it and you'd die of dehydration. Walk in and ask for a job. If you fight back, you're just playing their game. Just get a teacher. Turns out some people in authority positions just suck as people. Others actively abuse their power. Resisting, with verbal, physical, or legal force, is sometimes the only answer. Took me a long time to appreciate that. You can feed a family on minimum wage. Haha, only if you're getting financial aid and food donations from a church. My family had built our lifestyle around being super poor. Glad I broke that cycle. Play basketball and you will get taller. I'm 176 centimeters. But mom thinks I'm short anyway. If you study for the final year of high school, you'll never have to study for the rest of your life. I think this is very India specific advice, yo. Boy, were they wrong. Mum told me the pill wasn't effective if I drank alcohol. This was a way to stop me drinking underage. It worked. I choose underage sex instead. Only found out this was a lie in my 20s. I was shocked. I confronted her about it. She laughed and was proud it worked for so long. I was put on the pill at a young age by my gynecologist due to a medical condition. Eat your carrots so you can see in the dark. Be good or Santa won't come. To follow my dreams. Now I'm in fucking jail. To ignore bullies. That's the worst kind of advice one could give to kids. Bullies don't want attention. They want to cause damage. Trying to ignore them only give them more power. They feel like they can do whatever they want without any repercussion. In my case, a shy female. The only thing that stopped my males, always males, bullies was me punching them in the face. Then their poorly developed brain realized I want the easy prey they believed I was and stopped bullying me. I'm not proud of this. But I had to defend myself. Since family and teachers weren't unable to help me in the best case. Or brushed off the situation as unimportant in the worst. This works for adults too. Submissive people get used and abused. Teaching a young kid that they won't receive any help when they're threatened. To lower their head and pretending nothing is happening. Will turn them into weak adults. Teach kids how to defend themselves. Damn it. Mine was. Honesty always wins, or something. Policemen weren't on my side though. Pretty much all of it. If I listened to them, I'd be a divorced community college dropout with 3 kids working a job I hate in a town that's dying. And catering to their every whim. I'm a married, child-free engineer in a mid-sized city with absolutely no contact with my parents. Now I just have to deal with the PTSD that is my life gift from them. Don't buy that old VW Beetle. I love that thing. It gave me a hobby. A sense of freedom. Smiles from random strangers. And a huge international social circle. Well, given I'm not blind yet. Don't engage in oral sex. It brings demons into your house. Yes. My mom actually said this to me right before I got married and was a virgin. I told her anything my husband and I did in the marital bed was between us and God. Don't ever hit back. Tell a teacher. Fuck that. I was bullied relentlessly for years from about 4th grade until 8th grade. Just taking it mostly verbal. But some pushing. Shoving. And people sweeping my legs out etc. Util one day. In gym class one of the worst ones shoved me into a wall and it cracked a tooth. I finally had enough and I punched him in the face so hard I broke his nose. While he was down. I kicked him in balls and in the head multiple times. Blood everywhere. I got suspended for 5 days. Totally worth it. No one ever bullied me after that. It was just that simple. There ain't nothing open after midnight but bars and girls' legs. I never could find any of those girls. It takes 2 hands to clap, a Confucian Chinese proverb which apparently means that if you disrupt the social order by being a victim, you probably did something to deserve it. Heard this one countless times growing up and it was always bullshit. I grew up in one of those batshit crazy organic vegan non-GMO households. My mother used to always say that GMOs are actually government controlled molecular robots that are used to control us. She used to also say that all gays have AIDS. Fuck you mom. I am now an extremely gay bio student working with molecular robots that can save lives. Study what you find interesting and a career will follow. Waste of 4 years and a shitload of money, mostly scholarship money. Some of my parents' money. A tiny bit of my own money. Go to school. It's an investment in your future. My student loans cost more than 2x more each month than what I make after expenses. I literally become more and more in debt with each passing month. While working full time. I'm a lawyer. Making friends with people is so easy. It doesn't matter what you major in. Just get a degree and you'll get a job easily. I graduated in the middle of the recession. Don't worry about having a plan financially. Everything will work out. Edit. Maybe I should specify that this particular comment came from a conversation about why I don't feel comfortable having kids just yet. My mum told me one day I'd meet the perfect man and he'd dump me for having poor table manners. I met the perfect man and he got eggs stuck in his beard on our first date. 2.5 years later we're expecting a baby. Save your beanie babies. They'll be worth a lot one day. Being able to bake a nice cake and spread of cookies won't impress the girls when you grow up, you know. Ahem. You have to go to college to be successful. Less attractive girls have better personalities. You have to have kids. You can't just apply online. Get dressed up. Go to Lockheed Martin. Introduce yourself. And ask if they have any available positions. I didn't do it for the record. They were just so adamant about it. When working at a shitty warehouse job unloading 60-pound boxes from trucks all day, I hurt myself unloading one day and my parents kept telling me it doesn't matter. Just keep working. Stay at that job, it only matters that you work, not what you do. I hated my life for years. I didn't know why. I was just never happy. Unfulfilled. Felt no life purpose. I was treated like shit for being white by openly racist bosses. And harassed at work all day every day. Then one day I found my passion. Building websites. I got an internship at an advertising agency. And 3 months later I was hired with less hours and making less money, but I felt amazing. I went from dreading sleeping at night because I knew I had to work the next day to literally thinking about work non-stop because I was so excited. It's been 2.5 years since then and I'm honestly an entirely different person now. I'm happy. I look forward to every day and even get a bit sad when I can't make it into work. I feel like my life matters. And that I'm doing something I'm proud of. I've been on cloud 9 ever since I got out of that horrible shitty job. High school should be the best time of your life. Enjoy it while you can. Always listen to your parents. When I was a young boy first trying to figure out how to holler at the ladies, my dad, who is Mexican for context, told me that the best way to get the girl's attention was to work your way close. And in her ear whisper the phrase coochie coochie. Sounded simple enough. Did not have the intended outcome. My dad thought it was hilarious. Shave your beard before interviewing for a job. I have never been hired after interviewing with a naked face. I have never failed to be hired after interviewing with a beard. 2008 through 2011 would have been a great deal easier if I hadn't followed their advice. Spend 1 stroke 4, save 3 stroke 4. My paycheck is $8 an hour. The determined minimum wage in America is $7.50. Who in their right mind would think I would be able to live with a savings mentality where my paycheck to spend freely, food and shit, would basically be $2 an hour? Just ignore them and they will leave you alone. Stupidest shit ever. University will be the best time of your life. Hell fucking no. Being isolated away from your support networks and friends while having severe mental issues is not fun. University is a breeding ground for stress and burnout, anxiety and depression. It's the first time many of us have lived away from home and we haven't got a clue how to take care of ourselves. Sure, there are fun parts, but it's fucking hard too. I had an ex's parents tell her that she wouldn't be able to get a job if she ever went to a psychologist or anything alike. That it would end up on some sort of list or permanent record which a job interviewer has access. Which added on to the issues she already had. Poor girl wouldn't dare reach out for help to anyone. Never give up. It's inspirational and shit, but not the right thing to tell a kid. I was so stressed during school because I thought I couldn't let them down. It took me a long time to understand that it's okay to give up. Get into the best college you can. We'll figure out how to pay for it. Guess who has a ton of student loan debt now? I should just try to get that first job I interviewed for. I would have been miserable there. Like, get out in 3 months miserable. Flattery will get you nowhere. Kissing ass is actually very helpful in getting ahead. They're only mean to you because they like you, they're jealous. That's a great way to encourage people into shitty, abusive relationships. Also, they are mean because I'm a fucking loser with no social skills. Work doing what you love and you'll never work a day in your life. I do love what I do, but it's still fucking hard work.